and welcome to another episode of Learning English from VIUL Ramakrishna Math. Today we are here with yet another episode on English grammar. Hope you're enjoying and learning from our episodes. Today we have two more students with us. Let's talk to them and ask them what are they doing and what are they learning here. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Can you tell me your name? Who are you and what are you doing?
I am Sanad.
Okay.
I done diploma in mechanical engineer. Now I am in junior level at VIL.
Very nice. And how about you?
My name is Chandrasekhar. I done my post graduation. Now I am preparing for the government exams.
Oh, so you're preparing for government exam. Then how did you get this idea of learning English?
When I wrote the exams in government side, in that competitive field, I faced the problem in English.
Okay.
That's why I'm choosing the VAVL to learn the
Okay.
English.
So after now a few months of training, how do you feel?
I feel very good because of my vocabulary is increasing day by day,
Very nice.
and teachers are very experienced person.
Very good. That's nice. Okay, so now when you're learning English and you're trying to practice and speak, what problems are you facing?
I'm not concentrating on the grammar field when
Okay.
I wrote the exams.
Okay.
I don't know where before I joined this institution where I using have
Okay.
has
Uh-huh.
do did does. I don't
Okay.
know where it is where I can use.
Okay. So as of now, have you got some clarity on this?
Yes, I got some clarity on that.
In what area, in what aspect of grammar do you have confusion?
I'm mostly confusing where I can use had have in
Have, had.
yes
Okay.
do does did.
All right. So then, like these students, many of you must be having some confusion regarding have, has, or present perfect or past perfect. So today I will give you some clarity where to use present and how is it different from the past perfect. The very first thing is in each of your sentence you say I done. This I done is wrong. You should not say I done. It is actually I have done. Whenever you say do, does, did and done, then the have form is important there. So any verb in the third form needs a have form. Similarly, you said I written some complex exam. Similarly, this I written is wrong. I have written. So
I have
very
written.
common error is whenever you want to use the verb in the third form, you must use it with the combination of have.
Have forms.
Had is different, so let's learn about the past perfect today. So today we are learning about this past perfect. Yes, this past perfect, when it comes to verb, we're talking about had and the verb in the third form. So this combination of had and verb in the third form represents the past perfect tense. Now this past perfect tense is very similar to present perfect tense. Past perfect tense talks about action which is related to a past time, whereas present perfect talks about an action which is related to the present moment. I will show you with the help of a diagram. So this present perfect has some relation with the moment in the present, and past perfect has some relation with the moment in the past. For example, Now let's compare these two situations or these two actions. Now we see a lady, and then you ask, who is that lady? The lady is there now. Who is that lady? I've seen her before. This I comma ve is the short form. When we contract, we make them into short. It is equal to I have. I have in written form can also be written like this, and spoken also. We use I have. Instead of saying I have, we can say I have. So I have seen her before, but I can't remember where. So now you see this lady. Now you cannot remember where you have seen this lady, but somewhere before this now you have seen this lady. So this is a moment in the present where you are not able to remember where you happen to see this lady before. Before now you saw this lady, but now you're not able to remember.
Okay.
But when we say past perfect, it means then some day in the past you saw that lady, a lady was there, and you weren't sure who she was because you had seen her before, but I couldn't remember where. So now at this moment in the past, when you saw the lady, then you want to recollect where had you seen that lady before. Alright, so this is the present perfect which has connection with the present, and this is past perfect which has some connection with a moment in the past. Okay, so in this case now you're not able to remember where you have seen this lady. Alright, and in the past, at this moment in the past, you were not able to remember or recollect where you had seen the lady.
Okay.
Alright, to make it more clear, I will give you some more examples. As you said, simple past, where to use simple past and where to use this past perfect. Now when we say simple past, this is our time in the present, which is now. Anything which happens here, at this point, or here, all these refer to the past actions, because all these actions completed in the past, unlike which is this is our present. So then they have no connection with the present, all these actions completed in the past. But when we say present perfect, or which has only connection with the present, the past perfect. When we say past perfect, this is our present time now, and this is the past. So here we can say that this past perfect is an earlier past. When this is past, past perfect can still be earlier past. What is this exactly earlier past? So when we are thinking of some moment in the past, we want to go back, quickly we want to go back and think about some other action. So when we're thinking or talking about or referring to a past time, we want to go to a moment again into further past and see what happened. So here
Earlier past means first action.
Right, yes, first action says something happened here. Happened here, but quickly we want to go in the earlier past and see what already had happened.
Okay.
Okay, for example. Now this is our sentence or the example in past perfect. We want to say that when I went to the institute. Now we are thinking of a moment in the past. I went to the institute. Alright, so this is your past time and you want to say that I went to the institute. Now quickly you want to go into earlier past and say that, so when I went to the institute, what happened before this? The bell had already rung. So this is our past moment and this refers to our earlier past. So now we want to combine these two and say that when this action happened means when I went to the institute or when I reached the institute, the bell had rung. Before this, before you reached, the bell had rung. But that doesn't happen in simple past tense. We simply say, alright, the bell rang. I reached the institute, the bell rang. We're not trying to show any kind of connection. But here we're trying to show some kind of connection between these two completed action in the past. So based on this diagram, we can say that this past perfect is the first completed action.
Madam, can we write the bell had rang before this sentence is first?
All right. Oh,
Order.
yes. And then we have this second completed action. So first completed actions we express with the help of had plus V3, and whereas for the second completed action we can make use of a V2. Okay, now Chandrasekhar, coming to your doubt, the bell had rung when I went to the station. As you can see, this sentence has two parts. One is this and the other one is this. It makes no difference how you write it. It makes no difference how you write it. There's no change in the meaning either. So whether you say I went to the institute, the bell had rung, or the bell had rung when I went to the institute.
Both are correct.
So both are correct. So shifting of these sentences makes no change in the meaning. Right, if you want to change the verbs, then the meaning would change. Now it is not necessary that always the bell rings first and you go to the institute. Sometimes what can happen? Even you can go to the institute first,
Yes.
then the bell
Bell
can
have
ring. Right. Then if this is the situation, then how will the sentence change? Now as per this sentence, you went, see this is went. Went is past tense, means you went to the institute. That is the second action. What is the first complete action? The bell had rung. Think of a case one day where you reach the institute first, the bell rings later.
Okay.
Then how will you put that kind of a situation in sentence?
When bell rang.
Yes, then you will say when the bell rang. When the bell rang?
I gone to the institute.
No, this we have to change it with the help of had and V3. Yes. Or I had reached, you can say. I had reached. Yes. I had reached the institute. So if you say like that, then it will mean that you reached the institute first, the bell ring later. So when we compare two actions, which action completed first and what happened later, to compare these kind of actions, we make use of this past perfect tense. Simple past tense can have single actions, but past perfect tense needs two actions, and with this combination. Now when these are two combinations, alright, and then we are using this when, because we have to use some conjunction to join these sentences, and then we can have some different conjunctions like when, before and after. So we can make use of these conjunctions to join two actions which we are comparing, to say that what happened first and what happened later on. Yes. Now for example, if I want to say that she told me his name. Alright, so I did not know a person's name. She told me his name. But before that, what happened? That person had already left. So I did not ask the name of the person in his presence. After the person left, then she told me his name. So as per this sentence, what happened first? The person left first, and then she told me his name later. And now here we have made use of this. Alright? Yes. And then when you're writing exams, sometimes the bell rings first, sometimes the students submit the papers first, anything can happen, and then you want to say that I had completed the exam before the bell rang. It means you completed the exam first, the bell rang later. So then this is the usage of this before. So then we can say when, we can say after, we can say before. So by using these words, we can combine these two actions. Now, can you come up with some examples?
I had ironed my clothes. I had ironed all my clothes before power went off.
Oh yes, okay. So you want to say that you had ironed. So first you ironed all the clothes. After that the power went off. So there were no clothes pending. So all the clothes had been ironed. Yes, very nice. Yes, Chandrasekhar, do you want to try?
Yes, ma'am. My mother had cooked dinner before I told plan to her.
Oh, so you wanted to go out for dinner, but
Yes.
by then your mother had already cooked.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now you are saying that my mother had cooked. My mother had cooked dinner
Dinner.
before or when I told her about my program or
Programs.
about my plan. Very nice. Sainath, any other example?
When the alarm went off after I woke up.
All right. Now, Sainath, you are saying when the alarm went off after I woke up. In one sentence, you cannot have two conjunctions.
Yes.
One can take only one. So then, can you reframe it? Use only one, either when or after. You cannot use both.
Okay.
When the alarm went off, I had already wake up.
We need a third verb. Wake up is wake, woke, and
Got.
then there's a different word. Wake, woke, and woken. And then we combine it with up. Now, if you want to say get, got, and this is also got. This also takes an up.
Got up.
So you want to use this one or this one?
Got up.
So then again, once more, try again.
When the alarm went off,
Okay,
I had already got up.
very nice. So when the alarm went off, I had already got up. Sometimes after the alarm rings, you wake up. Sometimes we wake up first and then the alarm rings. Yes, very nice. All right. Have you understood so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is everything clear here? Do you have any doubts?
Yes, ma'am. I have one doubt, ma'am.
Yes, Chandrasekhar.
Where we can use when, before, after. We are writing V2.
Yes, we're writing
Eating.
V2.
Can we write V3 here after?
All right. So this when and before and these after, three words are there. What we generally do is when we make use of V2, all right, then we can use either when or we can use before. But if you notice here, after he had left, so means this is a V3. You have to use after when you are where you are making the use of this had plus V3. So if you remove this when from here, all right, I went to the institute after the bell had rung. So after goes to first completed action, when and before can be combined with the second completed actions. Have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay.
What
Now,
are the exact meanings of when, before, after?
so when means just at the same time.
This time.
Before means sometimes earlier. Alright, after means later. Something happens later, something happens earlier, and this we want to say that at the time when this action happened, that had already happened.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, clear? Alright. So now I will give you some sentences and you can just give me the right answers. And please, hello, please.
Please.
Now here I have written a combination of two actions, and then I have marked them 1 and 2, and now I want you to tell me, based on my examples, how will you frame them into sentences with the help of combination of past perfect and simple past tense. So in the first example I want to say that this action happened first, this later on. Here this action happened first, followed by this action, and here this action completed first and then the second action happened. So now first completed action, second completed action. Now can you join them and make sentences?
The milk boiled over after she noticed.
Chandrasekhar.
After she noticed the milk had boiled over.
But after and
The milk had boiled over.
yes, so you can say when she noticed the milk. Here
Had.
you need to have one had. The milk had boiled over. Means this action happened first, this action happened afterwards. Alright, or when you started with after, then you have to say after the milk. After the milk
Had boiled
had
over.
boiled over. Yes, she noticed. So
She
milk
noticed.
boiled over first. Later she noticed that the milk had boiled over. Yes.
What is the meaning of boiled over?
Oh, boiled over means, see, when you boil milk and then it comes up and up, and then you have to turn the gas off. If you don't do it, then it comes out of the vessel. So boiling over the vessel means this boiled over.
Over.
We cannot say over boiled. Alright, so we have to say boiled over the vessel. Yes, the second one.
They
First
painted the
this
school.
happened and then this action followed.
When the new session began,
Okay. Alright,
they
so
had painted the
when we have used here, Chandrasekhar, can you try some other word? When already we have used? Before or after?
before the new session began.
Right. So then we can say here before. Before the new session began.
They had painted the
Right.
school.
So now they had painted. They had painted the school. Very nice.
Madam, I confused with when, before, after.
No, when and before are almost similar. You can use when, before any way you want. Only thing is you must be careful without this after. After will take the first action.
Okay.
This action happened first. If you want to use after, use it here. This action happened first. You want to use after, use it here. Okay, let's try after in this example. Sainath, now you try this example and you have to use after.
After
Very nice.
after drawn.
No. Okay, 3 boys. After
After drawn.
after three boys
Drawn.
3 boys
had drowned.
had drowned.
Right. After 3 boys had drowned,
Lifeguard saved
the rest of them. So by the time the lifeguards came and started rescuing the boys, by then 3 boys had already drowned. All right. So we are not saying that they started saving them then. So before the lifeguards saved the boys, 3 boys had drowned. So
We can
then
use also like that.
you can also use it like that. Right, now this is the last example. Here I am not giving you any number. Alright, here I am not giving you any number. Alright, you can make any sentence you want. Based on your sentence, the batsman will be out or not out. So if you want the batsman to be out or you don't want the batsman to be out, accordingly you can make a sentence. So what should happen first, that the batsman is out, or what happens first when they say the batsman is not out?
When the batsman reached the crease,
Okay.
the ball had hit the wicket.
So the ball had hit the wicket means out.
Out.
Out?
He is out.
He's out. Okay. Alright. Yes. So when the batsman reached the crease, the ball had hit the wicket.
Hit the wicket.
And if the batsman is not out? If the batsman is not out, then
out.
the umpire says no, not out.
The ball hit the crease.
No. If the batsman is not out, what happens? What should happen first? The batsman must reach first.
Yes.
Then the batsman must reach. Then you can say the batsman had reached. The batsman had reached the crease before the ball or when the ball hit the wickets. So here you can either make use of before or you can also make use of when. Alright, so this is how it should be. Always you have to think of two sentences. First sentence is had plus V3, and the second sentence which follows is the combination of a simple past tense.
Okay.
Hope you must have understood where to use past tense or the present perfect or the simple past tense and the past perfect tense. Hope to see you in the next episodes. Thank you.